Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial, we are going to write a script in which we are going to automate EBS snapshot deletion for the orphan snapshots. What do you mean by the orphan snapshots? So for example, suppose if there is some automation previously or if manually there are some EBS snapshot volumes taken as a backup. So this snapshot volume, if you want to automate, for example, suppose if I have taken a snapshot before 6 months, but uh, as per our new policy, we want to keep only the snapshots which are 30 days old. So if there is any snapshot which is more than 30 days old, it should be automatically deleted. So for deleting these orphan snapshots, which are more than 1 month old, 3 months old, 1 year or 2 year olds, to save the cost for that snapshot, which has been charged on your billing because snapshot has a billing cycle. So we are going ahead and automating where we will delete the EBS snapshot in the code. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to our uh, editor to start the script. So guys, before proceeding ahead, I will first go to AWS console and I will show you what exactly we have running on the system right now. So if I open my AWS console, if you can see, there are two servers. I have created two production server, production 1 and production 2. Both are Linux servers. Okay. So for these both servers, we have created a snapshot for each of the server. So if I go to snapshots, you can see there are two snapshots which is in completed status. So these are the two snapshots. Okay. Now two snapshots that I have created, this snapshot is having tags associated with it. So if you see, this snapshot is associated with tag key is equal to environment and value is equal to production. The same way, if I check for the other one, it is the same. So currently the snapshots that we are going to delete, the orphan snapshots, we are going to delete it by filtering them based on the tags which has been associated to the snapshots. Okay, now let's go ahead and open Google Boto EC2 Boto 3. Let's open the official documentation over here. So in this example, we are going to use EC2 service resource. So if I click on service resource, we are going to come over here. I will just copy this. Okay, so before doing that, let's go to the editor and create our new Python file, which would be new Python file orphan snapshot delete. Okay. Okay, so we have created our Python file. Now I will go back over here. I will just copy this. Okay, now, so in this, as you can see, we are importing the Boto 3 module. So apart from importing the Boto 3 module, in this example, we would require the date and time module from Python. So why date and time module? Because over here we are going to check uh, the snapshots which are old in days or time. For example, if I want to search for the snapshots which are 30 days old or one which are six months old. So for that, we are going to use a Python library which is date and time. So before going ahead, let's see the official documentation of Python. So I will go over here, date and date time, Python watch. If I go over here, see. So this is the date and time module that we are going to import. So if I go back to our code, I am just going to write from date time import. So from date and time, I am going to import three classes. The first one would be date and time, which is this. The second one would be time delta, which is this. And the third one would be time zone, which is this. So let's go ahead and copy that. Date and time, comma, time delta, comma, and the last one would be time zone. Okay. Now, so over here, as you can see, we are going to use the EC2 resource. So in EC2 resource, what we are going to do is we are going to filter out our snapshot based on the tags associated to the snapshots. So to do that, we are going to use EC2 snapshots filter. So let's go ahead and explore that option in EC2 documentation. So over here, snapshot. Okay, so you can see EC2 snapshot filter. I'm going to use this. Okay, so I will just copy this line from here, and in this snapshot, what we have to mention, the arguments are filters, max results, next tokens, owner IDs, snapshot IDs, and dry run. But over here, what I'm going to do is I am going to use this filter. In this filter, you have to mention the name. So in the name, we are going to mention the tag that we have, and in the values, we are going to mention the tag value. So for doing that, I will just copy this. Okay. So I'll just keep the name as snapshots over here, and I will just close this loop. So the tags that we are going to mention over here, the filter that we are going to mention over here, let's do one thing. I will just go ahead, copy this. Okay. I will define the filter here itself. And the filter name would be tag filter. Okay. So I have defined tag filter. So in name, I am going to define the tag colon env. Okay, and in values, so over here I will define production. Okay, that's it. So this is the, I will remove comma from here and comma from here. So the tag filter that we have created is as it is, as you can see. Now I'm going to use this specific tag filter over here. So I will mention over here filters is equal to, and I will give this tag filter over there. So I will pass the argument filters, copied, filters is equal to my name of the tag filter. So tag filter is created. So in snapshot, I will get the data from this. Now if I go back to the documentation, what this filter is going to return, this filter is going to return a list of EC2 snapshots. So let's go ahead and see what it is going to return. Let me print snapshots. Okay, so print snapshot. So I will just go ahead and run this code for now. Okay, so you can see it is returning the list over here, EC2 and EC2 snapshot. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a for loop. So let me go ahead and write a for loop over here for you guys. For snapshot in snapshots. Okay, now in this for loop I will first create a variable name create underscore time. So this create underscore time is nothing but the time of the snapshot when it was created. snapshot. Okay, dot start underscore time. Okay, now over here I will use delete underscore time. So this is another variable that we are creating. In this variable we are going to write our code where we are going to use the current date and time, and from that specific current date and time we are going to minus 10 days. So for example, if you want to delete the snapshot which are 10 days old, you can write 10 days. If you want to delete the 30 days old, you can write 30 days based on your requirement. So for now I will just write date time dot now. Okay, so in date time dot now I'm going to write tz is equal to time zone dot utc. You might be wondering what is this datetime dot now. So this is a method that we are calling which is going to be from our datetime module. So let's go ahead and check the official documentation. So over here if I write datetime dot now. So guys, over here you can see this is a class method within datetime. So it is saying class datetime dot now or returns the current local date and time. Okay. So and class method utc dot utc now. So over here what we are doing, we are using datetime now time zone dot utc. So in this what it will do, it returns the current utc date and time as a naive date and time object. So that's what we are using over here. Tz is equal to time zone dot utc. Okay. Now going ahead, so from this specific date and time we are going to minus time delta, which is going to be, which we are going to mention in days. So days is equal to 10. So what is time, this time delta? Let's go back to our official documentation and I will over here search for time delta. So in time delta, if I go down, so see, time delta objects, a time delta object represent a duration, the difference between two dates or times. So over here we are using class date and time delta, and over here you can mention days, you can mention seconds, you can mention microseconds, milliseconds, minutes, hours, weeks based on your requirement. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, over here we have mentioned 10 days. So let me go back to my yes, let me go back to the AWS console. In AWS console, let me check when I have created this. So I have just created this 5 minutes back. So I will take the time over here. So the time would be minutes. Yes, minutes, and I will make just okay. That's it. So it will, so this formula will work now. So now we have created two variable, one is create time and one is delete time. So create time is going to store the snapshot start time, that means when the snapshot was created, and delete time is going to store the delete time. Okay, based on the formula, the current date, it will minus the current date and time minus the time delta, which is 1 minute. Okay, so now we will write a if condition over here. If delete underscore time is greater than create underscore time. If delete underscore time is greater than create underscore time, we are going to print create time of snapshot over here and delete time of snapshot is this. Okay, I will use this dot format. So under format I'm going to mention our two variable name, create time and delete time. Create underscore time comma delete underscore time. That's it. So this is going to print this to variable values over here when it is going to enter the for loop if delete time is greater than create time. Okay, now so once it is printed, so I will again over here let me define else print as this. So over here we'll print existing snapshot okay is not less than 1 minute old. Okay, then over here I will do dot format snapshot dot snapshot id. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this code. Okay. So what we have done, we have created a for loop. In for loop we have created a create time variable. In create time variable it is going to save the start time of the snapshot. Delete time, it is going to use the current date and time UTC date and time zone, and it is going to minus the time delta from that, and based on that we have written a if and else loop. So let's go ahead and run the code till here. See, the create time of snapshot is this and delete time of snapshot is this. So it is printing the time over here. Now let me show you. If, as I said, I have created the snapshot just 5 minutes before, so instead of using the minutes over here, if I use minutes as 360, okay, now let me go ahead and run. So as you can see, sorry, so over here underscore, my bad, here this. So what I'm trying to show you over here is, so if the snapshot is not within the specified time range that you have specified, it is going to go in the else loop. Okay, so see, it went into the else loop and it is saying existing snapshot is not less than 1 minute old. Okay, now what we have to do is, as you can see, now we have used our formula to understand this which are the snapshot IDs that we want to delete, that we are fetching it from here. So let me go ahead and run this again. Just a minute, just let me remove this print, it is not required for now. Let me reprint it. Okay, so the create time of the snapshot, it is mentioned over here, and the delete time of the snapshot. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so guys, as you can see, as per our code, what we're going to do is we are going to delete the snapshots which is 1 minute old. Okay, so if I go ahead, let me minimize this. Now you might be wondering what is the start time. Okay, so let me take you to the official documentation over here. So this is again the part of the Boto 3. So if I take you to page size, filter, limit CPL. So let's go back over here. Okay, so see, this is the start time that we are using. So this is the inbuilt method for snapshot, which will tell you the timestamp when the snapshot was initiated. So this is the start time which it returns you. Okay, which would be there saved in the variable. This is the start time. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to go and delete the snapshot IDs which are less than 1 minute old. So over here where we are printing this create time and delete time, over here I will just go ahead and I will write our inbuilt code which we will be using to delete our snapshot. So guys, as I said, let's go to the official documentation and let me search for snapshot.delete. So if I search for snapshot.delete, you can see we have an inbuilt method over here, delete. Deletes the specified snapshot. When you make periodic snapshot of a volume, the snapshots are incremental and only the blocks on the device has been changed since your last snapshots are saved in the new snapshots. So over here, you cannot delete the snapshot of the root device of EBS volume used by registered AMI. You must deregister the AMI before you delete. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are just going to use the snapshot.delete method over here into our code over here, snapshot.delete. Okay. So what we'll do after deleting this, let's go ahead and print again what we are going to delete. Okay. So I will just print. So let me go ahead and remove this line that is of no use now. I just added this to give you a demo what exactly it is going to do. Okay. Okay. Snapshot.delete. So over here we will write a message, the snapshot ID. Okay. So is has been deleted dot format we will do snapshot underscore snapshot underscore ID. Sorry, my bad. Over here I am going to do snapshot underscore ID. Okay, so it is going to print the snapshot ID for the snapshot that we are traversing through the for loop. So for suppose right now we are getting two snapshot IDs. So what it will do, the first it will pick one snapshot ID from this a list that we have been returned by our filter. So it will just pick one snapshot ID over here. Then it will use that snapshot ID for this entire loop. Once this loop is finished, it will go back over here again in snapshot and it will pick the another snapshot ID. So based on that, you will see that the two snapshot IDs would be deleted. So before deleting the snapshot IDs, let's go ahead and revisit what are the snapshot IDs currently we are having. So if we can see 0EBB and D1BF. So right now, if I refresh this, you can see these are available over here. Now after I am going to run our code, these are going to get deleted. Okay, and whatever is getting deleted, we are printing it over here for our reference to understand what exactly we are deleting as a part of this code. So I will just go ahead and I will just run this code. So guys, as you can see, the snapshot has been deleted over here. So if I see 0EBB, if I take you back to my console, 0EBB, now D1BF, D1BF. Okay, so these are the two snapshot IDs which has been deleted, but till now I have not refreshed. That is the reason it is showing you available. Now I will just click a refresh on this, and you can see the two snapshot that we have created, which was 1 minute old, has been deleted successfully. So guys, the agenda of this specific tutorial was, if you want to delete orphan snapshots which are 6 months old, one year old, or anything, so based on that, what you can do, you can just go ahead and change your time delta over here. So once you change the time delta of this specific over here, it is going to delete the snapshots which are those days old. So for example, right now, if it is 1 minute, it will search for snapshots which are 1 minute old. If you are going to write 10 days, it is going to search for snapshots which are 10 days old. The same way it is going to continue. So based on your requirement, just make sure you use the official documentation properly, because in official documentation, if I see in date and time, so if over here, just make sure based on your requirement you select it. You can select by days, seconds, microseconds, milliseconds, hours, minutes, and weeks. So just do it based on your requirement. So thank you for joining the session, guys. That's it for this. See you soon. Have a great day. Goodbye.